Tonight on 60 Minutes, we talk about one of the most dominating companies the past 10 years, D Company. Who knows what we're going to find? A hobo under the bridge in Midland, Michigan? Now we're here with the CFO of D Company. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, ma'am. What was it?
My given name is Matt, actually.
I'm really sorry. You just look a lot like my Aunt Sue.
It's funny you say that because actually last week I was told I kind of look like Stevie Nicks.
We're doing this episode of 60 Minutes about the great performance of D Company. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Kevin, I just want to say it's great to be here. D Company has been one of the strongest market performers of the past decade in our industry, and that has been through product differentiation with both our multi-feature level camera and our entry-level camera. That's led to a stock price appreciation from $30 to right now it's $106, and in its highest point it was actually at $181. We've also been one of the highest in our industry in earnings per share and our ROE. And now another interesting part about our company is we're actually missing one of our majority stakeholders, Barbara Amici, an ex-wife of Frank Amici, who recently passed away and was not present at one of our board meetings. So we were hoping you guys could actually help us find her.
Barbara Amici sounds very interesting. I'd have to check with the producers, but I am thinking we really need to find this lady.
We felt you guys would be interested, especially when we dropped the fact that she's about to inherit upwards of maybe $1 billion in D Company stock.
Hey, there she is, guys. Let's go. Barbara? Barbara Amici?
For the last time, Mike, I said I don't do that anymore.
How you doing? Kevin Kelly, 60 Minutes.
60 minutes? I've seen Gone in 60 Seconds. I didn't heard of no 60 minutes before. What do you want?
Well, we're just trying to do a piece on you. Do you have a minute?
Who's this camera guy? A piece? A piece on what? What? What's so good about me?
We finally got Barbara to sit down with us at 60 Minutes so we could break the news to her that she was now the majority stakeholder in D Company. Now we're here with Andrew Paul Harig of D Company. And what position do you hold over there at D Company?
Well, Kevin, first of all, it's great to meet you, by the way.
Pleasure's
Love,
mine.
love the show.
Please.
Yes. Well, I'm currently the CEO of D Company. Been for about 10 years now.
Andrew, you look a little underdressed to be a CEO. Could you maybe explain that?
Interesting you should ask that, Kevin, because I just got out of a board meeting, and the reason we dress this way at D Company is we like to foster a creative work environment for our employees. We find that this really fosters their creativity and allows them to come out with the best products for us year after year, and it really inspires them to do good things for not only the company itself, but for our customers, because that's who we care about and that's who we serve.
That's excellent, Andrew. So a question I have for you, though, is what exactly is your product strategy?
Excellent question, Kevin. Here at D Company, we've been really working on product differentiation, and we started that with our multi-feature. We wanted to take that camera and totally change it to be something unique to the industry. And when we started doing that, we weren't so worried about our entry-level camera. We didn't look at it so much. And over the years, we realized that that was really what was driving our company, and it was driving sales, and we were growing market share like crazy, so we started to spend a little more time on that. And as the time went on, it continued to be great for us, and that helped us keep the costs on our multi-featured low so we could increase our demand a little bit for that product. And then once the demand got there, the prices increased with that multi-featured as well, so it was a better bottom line for us.
Excellent, Andrew. Now, what kind of marketing decisions did you make?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. In regards to our marketing, I was actually just backstage on the show, and there's a Barbara Amici back there, and she was trying to sell me on Asian carp being a really invasive species, and I think that ties into our company and our marketing efforts. We've maximized our retail in all the stores online, everywhere that we can be, to drive our demand more, and we've really increased our advertising a lot, and that gets us that product image that we've been striving to have. Also, once a quarter, we offer a 2-week promotional time where we offer, it's about 12% off the original price of the camera, and that also really helps drive that demand up.
The company seemed to be in first place for most of the simulation. Then you guys dropped the ball. What exactly happened?
Yeah, Kevin, we really did drop the ball there. We saw ourselves being able to hold off the competition. We were just trying to weather the storm there. We thought that they might fall off a little bit, but they were a lot stronger than what we realized. And they took our market share from underneath us, and we're still in a great position to combat that. We're going to come back at them. We've got some ideas in the back of our head. Nothing I can tell you about. That's confidential, Kevin.
At first, Barbara was very reluctant to sit down with us at 60 Minutes and talk to us about her life, but once she started talking about her life, we got a lot of good information about her and her feelings about her new fortune and her husband, and just got a real insight onto what her life is like now. Barbara, I understand you've fallen on some tough times. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, it's been a tough couple years here. My husband passed away in a tragic tortellini accident.
What do you mean a tortellini accident?
I mean, he choked on a bunch of tortellini. And I remember it like yesterday. I was in the kitchen making some fondue. And I laugh now because, good old Frankie T-Rex. That's what I call him. He had carpal tunnel. So he looked like a T-Rex. I know, it's kind of funny, really. And every time he would try to brush his hair, he looked like a cat trying to lick himself. Anyway, I'm just reliving the glory days. But yeah, I was making some fondue, and he was like, "Hey, Bob! I think I'm choking on some pasta!"
Oh, I do really love tortellini, Barbara, but that's an awful story.
Well, thank you for your condolences, but I never would have thought a little rat poison on some tortellini would kill that bastard, you know what I'm saying? I'm just joshing, but seriously, I miss that old Frankie Rex every day, He really knew how to treat a woman.
Now we're here with Jamison Van Eck from D Company. So, Jamison, tell us a little bit about what you do over there.
Well, Kevin, I'm the Director of Human Resources, and I manage our inventory, and I'm also in charge of our compensation and labor.
Interesting. Compensation, that's interesting. What type of packages did you offer?
We offered a very competitive package to increase productivity. We found ourselves continually increasing incentives for our employees, such as perfect attendance and lowering warranty claims.
That sounds like a great package, Jamison.
Yeah, we're a great company to work for because we care about our employees and we love them.
So, Jamison, how do you guys over at D Company go about hiring your employees?
In quarter 3, we had to meet the demands for the holiday season, so we hired more seasonal employees. Also, we tried to hire as many people as we could, but at times we had to offer our current employees overtime.
So no outsourcing for D Company then.
Well, we felt like outsourcing reduced the quality of our product, and so we like to keep things in-house.
Finally, Jamison, the question I have for you is, what type of decisions did you make regarding inventory?
We did our best to meet market demand, and we didn't really want to have any excess inventory.
Barbara?
Yes.
We were just wondering, now that you have the money, what are you going to do with it?
Well, now that I have the money, I have a few big trips planned. I want to go on spring break, either to Japan or Mexico, see if those 18-year-old whippersnappers can handle a real woman, if you know what I'm talking about, Kevin.
Okay.
And other than that, the big one that Frankie always told me was to raise awareness for the invasive species of Asian carp. Not a lot of people know this, but Asian carp are the most invasive species known to human. An Asian carp reproduces every 2.1 seconds, but an Asian carp gives birth every 0.8 seconds. Fact.
Barbara, I'm not a statistician, but there's no way that can be true.
No, Kevin, that is fact. If you don't believe me, ask Jeeves. Asian carp are everywhere. Whenever there's a body of water, there's Asian carp. The human body is made up of 90% water and 10% Asian carp.
So we're back again with Matt Broome, CFO of D Company. Now, Matt, tell us a little bit about what you do.
In the most basic sense, I'm actually in charge of the financial performance of our company. I make decisions regarding our dividend policy, our shares outstanding and our repurchases, as well as I maintain our interest expense by either issuing new debt or repaying off debt.
The question we've all been thinking, what is your dividend policy?
Well, when we first started 10 years ago, we wanted to retain the majority of our earnings, so our dividends were not very high, and in order to gain investor confidence, we slowly grew our dividends as our earnings grew, but we didn't really grow them to be a large portion of our earnings. But as we started to slow growth, as competitors started to catch up to us, we started to increase our dividends more and more, and we ended up with about a dividend payout ratio of about 45%.
That is just riveting, Matt.
Not as riveting as our repurchases, actually. When our growth started to slow, we decided that instead of just hoarding cash, our investors were going to want to see a return in that, so we started to repurchase shares. This increased our ROE, our ROA, and it also increased our earnings per share, and it also gave our investors a little bit more stock price appreciation because there weren't as many shares outstanding.
Man, incredible.
What do you mean?
You really just look like my aunt. Barbara, you now find yourself as a majority stockholder
Yes,
of
that's
Company D.
That's correct.
What do you feel about the cameras?
Oh,
They
with those
have.
cameras. I've had some fun with those cameras. I've made a few home videos, if you know what I'm talking about, Kevin. But that poor bastard never gave me a call back, so his loss. But
Right.
still, great visuals with those cameras. Very in depth, if you could imagine.
Closing. We can all agree that D Company has just been a fantastic company for the past 10 years. And just also the riveting, heartfelt story of a strong woman, Barbara Michi. She will all stay in our hearts. Good night.